weird NoteBookCheck article about our video?
Yeah, this is super weird.
Hey?
The original version of it credited this photo to PlayStation, which I thought was really interesting.
Oh, yeah, no, I did see this.
So they've made at least one change to it. Everything about this is super weird. Well-known tech YouTuber declares PS5 dead, wants to provide proof by building his own PC for the same price, and fails all along the line. So this appears to be in reference to our It's Time to Kill the PlayStation 5 video, where we made a second-hand crack at taking a PS5 budget and trying to build a PC that is competitive, and ultimately came to the conclusion that the PS5, Xbox Series X generation, for a variety of reasons, have held on to their better value than an equivalently priced PC title much longer than expected and longer than previous generations, and that if you wanted to buy with brand new hardware, you are still better off buying a PS5 than you are today. However, if you're willing to dive into the secondhand market and put something together yourself, you can get competitive.
You can make it happen.
It is possible today, but you'll have to be a little bit patient and try to find a deal. So, the writer took all of that and came away with that it requires compromises that hardly any gamer would make. I guess they've never been to a LAN party because...
Yeah, so I had not watched the video.
Sure.
But I did skim this, and I found that line and was like, huh. So I went and looked at the parts list and genuinely stared at it for a while, being like, what of this would I not do? This all seems quite reasonable. I don't understand.
The number of trash tier inherited cases that I have seen at LAN parties...
Yeah.
outnumbers the nice brand new ones.
There
guys.
was an era where there would be
real.
custom systems in old Dell and HP cases at every single LAN. That would be like a quarter of the system.
Of course.
It was absolutely a thing.
Of course there were. There's no question the gaming PC offers more possibilities. TechTube wanted to prove the opposite and embarked on an ambitious experiment. He put together a gaming PC that would offer better performance than the PS5 at a comparable price. However, a number of difficulties arose that the YouTuber had apparently not considered. The project can therefore be considered a failure.
I'm going to reference you as the YouTuber from now on.
Thank you.
I love that. That's so good.
Here's the thing, writer of this article. By the time we've uploaded the video, we know the outcome. This may surprise you.
That's nuts.
But there is a period after when we have conceived of an idea and filmed the video, where the video is filmed and all the information is known and it is being edited before it is uploaded. The project is exactly what we set out to do, which was to look at what it would take to build a PC for the budget of a PlayStation 5. So the project was a success because we built a PC that was fairly equivalent to the PlayStation 5 in raw performance, but did have compromises which we met head on, acknowledging in the video even things that most people probably wouldn't be aware of. Did you know, for example, that HDR on Intel Arc is a mess?
No.
It's because they used the standard DirectX 12 implementation, which many game developers don't use. Instead, they use AMD and NVIDIA's own proprietary flags because they predate the standard implementation. So you'll be playing a game on AMD or NVIDIA hardware in HDR, and HDR will work, and you'll play that same game on Intel, and it will be all washed out, you know? Like it'll have that kind of log footage look, like it's not graded, and that's a known issue. It wasn't one that I knew about before this project, but that's part of the journey of discovery of doing things like this. Is you learn. It's a learning outcome. Was initially able to obtain all components at a price comparable to the purchase price of the PS5. However, this was only possible because the YouTuber decided to buy used hardware without a warranty. Oh no. The total price is not really realistic. Yes, it is. This was all stuff we found. Linus received the case free of charge due to signs of use. Signs of use. I love him describing this case as having signs of use. The thing was trashed. And getting a case for nothing is a thing. You can do it.
Absolutely.
You just have to be patient, and you have to be willing to use one that's kind of trashed.
Yeah.
Additional costs would have to be planned for this. No, they wouldn't. The shipping costs for the individual components are also not included. And this is true, but a lot of the parts that we found, in fact, we found better deals that we didn't include because we were worried that they wouldn't be reproducible. David found a way better CPU for the same price, for example, on Facebook Marketplace, which he could have gone and gotten. And yes, there are some, transit costs that you would maybe have to account to there. But no, these are actually things that you could obtain. It is true that we didn't account for the cost of the operating system and peripherals. That is accurate, but you can use Windows without paying for it, even if you shouldn't. And we acknowledged that we didn't include the cost of peripherals. We also didn't include the additional cost of buying games on the PlayStation Store. Games on PlayStation are more expensive by and large than buying them on PC.
If you wanted to play a multiplayer game, wouldn't you have to buy the PS Plus thing or whatever it's called as well?
I'm not sure how it works these days. I haven't daily driven a PlayStation basically in forever. Or basically forever. The newest PlayStation I own is a PS2. That should give you some idea.
Hey, me too.
Buying new hardware would cost over $1,000. This is true, but it wasn't what we were talking about. Wait, if you want to rebuild the PC, sorry, hold on a second. If you want to rebuild the PC, you have to plan for significantly higher costs. If you want to rebuild it. Okay, I'm really not sure what that means.
Maybe they mean like build the one that you spec'd out.
The advantage of gaming consoles is that they are ready to use straight out of the box. Yes. It is therefore unlikely many gamers would follow the YouTuber's example and build their own PC from used hardware instead of buying a PlayStation 5. You're right. And that's exactly our point with exercises like this and with Scrapyard Wars, is that they should.
In one of the Scrapyard Wars, I made my own.
There's benefits, guys. There's benefits to learning. That's like saying...
A lot of people are saying it's AI-generated article.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I didn't actually think it was either.
There's this article feels a little bit like saying that we should have made a video about hiring a plumber to come and repair our sink instead of, going to a building materials refurbisher and buying a used sink and installing it ourselves and learning something and saving some money. The f*** are you talking about? Like, are you? Is
that an interesting video?
Is that good life advice? Honestly, though.
Yeah, fair enough.
Is that what we should be promoting? Just have someone build it for you.
Don't do anything yourself.
Don't learn.
Pay as much as you can.
I don't get it. We never at any point in the video were dishonest in any way.
By the way, I'm just going through
our success or lack thereof, however you want to define that.
Online listicles and finding free computer cases right now.
I know.
I've found a few already.
Not listicles, listings.
What is listicles?
A listicle is an article that's a list.
Oh, right.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Anyway, so I have some notes from Jessica here. Wait, really?
What's up?
Oh, Jessica says, I have read the article in German, and it is basically the same in both languages. Also, I am fairly certain the author is not an AI. I didn't know Jessica I didn't know she could read German. Okay.
Me neither. Cool, though.
He posts around 4 relatively short articles every day to NoteBookCheck, usually 2 articles in German plus their English translations. I believe this to be non-suspicious. Yeah, that's fair. She also said, odd factors from the article. The article provides a summary that misunderstands the purpose of the video and dismisses the project as a failure, essentially because we chose to buy used hardware without a warranty. It is also extremely dismissive of trying to build your own PC simply because a lot of gamers won't want to spend a lot of time on it or don't have the skill and will choose to do something else instead. Well,
Which is fair enough.
Got a few words for the writer of that article, and they are... Maybe you should get good.
Yeah.
Got him.
Maybe the writer of the article should buy a screwdriver and get free shipping on a tax write-off.
Maybe your readers would be more likely to build their own PCs and save money and learn something if you promoted that instead of just buying a console.
That's a bad idea.
Why do you even work at NoteBookCheck?
Because you don't build your own notebook.
Okay, then why is NoteBookCheck even
Notebooks
covering
are like
this?
the consoles of the computer world.
Dude, it's actually kind of a bizarre thing to me. Like the amount of coverage that some YouTubers get from traditional media when they do something positive versus the amount of coverage that we get when we do something positive, and then how everyone is talking about it when anything negative happens with us. It's like, so they clearly all know who we are, but only in the context of when there's something negative to report on. It's
Do you think we do that with WAN Show?
become a bit of a pattern. I think we
we do
report
that
on
with WAN
positive
Show?
things.
Yeah, but like car companies, we always report when they do bad stuff. Do they ever do good things? Maybe.
Trying to think what we've talked about that's been good lately.
So far, Flowplane Chat just thinks they don't do good things.
That's fair. I mean, things are pretty dystopian these days.
Concept cars?
I don't
Yeah,
make
but
the
that's-
rules.
I don't know if I would consider that a good thing.
Anyway, this was something that popped up to me. I do wonder how much coverage
Whoa.
is simply paid. Linus, I hope this finds you well. I am writing in regard to my last email in which we discussed featuring you in the top 10 inspiring leaders of 2024.
Nice.
As mentioned previously, you will be presented with a 2 full-page profile in the magazine that includes a headshot of the leader, a high-resolution PDF of your profile, an HTML link with a backlink, a digital logo, a media press release, and a digital certificate of recognition for the nominal fee of $1,500 US.
Nice. Dude.
These come in extremely regularly, and I consider them to be kind of ridiculous. And
I didn't know that was
for
a thing.
some
it
reason,
makes sense, but
for some reason, I see a lot more coverage of certain people, and I see a lot less coverage of me when something's positive. It's just the timing of this. This came in, I think, about 2 weeks ago. This one, and then there's another one last week that I didn't forward to the.
I think there might be other reasons.
I think there are definitely other reasons, but
So I don't think that's like a reason to witch hunt someone, to be very clear.
No. Oh, no, not that at all. Like, okay, there's definitely people in the tech space that I know get a lot of real organic coverage. Marquez, for example, gets a ton of organic.
Yeah,
coverage.
there's no way Marquez is buying any of that. That would be
absolutely. I would
no chance.
I would eat a tax write-off T-shirt.
Yeah.
If Marquez ever paid to be included in some stupid list.
Yeah.
So this is not about that. My point is just that it has stood out to me as a pattern that when we do something really cool, it almost seems like there's a deafening silence of discussion about it. I don't know. There's been exceptions. 7 Gamers 1 CPU actually got a ton of coverage. Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Oof.
Yeah. I just kind of wonder.
There's been exceptions. It was 6 years ago or however long
who did
ago
I piss off?
Yeah, I don't
Is
know.
the answer everyone?
I think part of it's that we're Canadian. Here's a weird bit. I was talking to someone recently about like creator events and like creator deals and all this kind of stuff. And I mentioned like, I don't hear about a lot of this stuff. Like I'm obviously not, the business department takes care of those things. They've taken care of those things for many years. But I was like, a lot of these things, I don't know. And he's like, yeah, that's really weird. I'll make sure I talk to some people and make sure you guys get bumped more. And then I got a message back a couple of days later and he's like, oh, you guys are Canadians. There's nothing we can do.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh.
And that happens a lot.
Okay. So I think just the border makes things annoying. So then it's just not really worth it.
Yep.
Honestly, I think that's a lot of it. Yeah.
All right.
And like I was in LA not that long ago and the same type of thing happened. A bajillion people are like, hey, let's like do stuff because I can get there easily. They might not be from there, but they can get there really easily. Americans don't have passports. This is another problem that we run into often, which is just like there's a lot of like just not being in the States is like a surprising barrier. And one that isn't always often communicated, but exists. Yeah, 7 Gamers, 1 CPU. It's actually older than I thought. It's 8 years ago.
Yep.